What it do, y'all? I'm Jay at the Dawn. This is Sarah Harrison, 12 Days of LITTmas, and y'all checked in right now. Happy holidays, and I hope you enjoy it. Tune in.
It's another Sarah Harrison exclusive 12 Days at LITTmas, because it is a Lady in the Trap Christmas. And we are taking it all the way to Crown Heights, New York City. J.I., where are you spending the holidays?
I'm gonna stay in the city. I was probably gonna leave, go to Turks and Caicos, but I'm gonna definitely spend it with the family and just stay in the city.
Turks and Caicos, I know it's a nice climate, but you know, Christmas is all about just being home, warm with the family, right? I guess that's where you grew up, right?
Nah, yeah, for sure. It's just gonna be a different environment. I haven't seen the family. I'm too busy working and just focused on what I got going on with the music. I always get caught up in my business. So I feel like it's the right time. I was really about to disappear and just go to Turks and just spend the holiday out there for the hot climate. But I want to spend it with the family, see what's up with everybody, make sure everybody's good. 2020 definitely took a toll on me, so I need to just lay back and just chill with the family end of the year, right? You know?
So you continue to work through the pandemic?
Of course, I have to. I feel like that's the thing. Like, I really feel like this pandemic really showed like who's really like consistent and who's not, because everything closed down as far as just the shows and everybody performing, being able to like go to like real events, you know. But it's crazy because like in ways people found new ways to blow up too. TikTok definitely blew up. Everybody's blowing up through like streaming sites, and right now everybody's streaming crazy just because people have no choice but to stream the music, you know. So in a way, I don't really feel like the pandemic really did anything, but just boosted up everybody's streams and views.
That's true, right? Like if you weren't booming on streaming, it would be tough for you. But you've got no problems with that. You've got no absolutely no issues
Uh,
with that. The numbers are up. Listen, I want to stay on your Puerto Rican roots. Tell me what a typical Puerto Rican Christmas is like. Literally from Christmas Eve into Christmas Day. I want to know what the vibes are like and the food.
it's crazy. I feel like Christmas Eve is usually like the most special day because that's usually when everybody's like really together. Like everybody's eating. Usually, my grandma cooks like pasteles, pernil, rice,
Woo.
macaroni salad. Like it's there. And then on my mother's side of the family, they mix it up too. Like they cook straight like traditional Spanish food, but then they mix it up with the soul food. You know, so I don't know. I'm gonna have to definitely split up my time and go both places so I could get a little taste of both. You know.
Do you stay up through the night? Like, what was the vibe like?
Now, yeah, you know what? This Christmas might be different because I'm not gonna stay anywhere. So I don't know.
Okay.
I might do it different this year. Cause usually I stay places like I'll stay at my mom's or I'll stay with my dad for the holiday. But I'm gonna be with myself. Like I'm gonna stay with them, but I'm probably gonna do it different this year, just so I could really appreciate the holiday.
Yeah, yeah. So you've mentioned Spanish food. You're really connected to your heritage. How comes you never grew up speaking the native tongue?
You know what it is? I never really, I guess, pushed for it. My grandma spoke with me in it in some type of ways. My parents would speak with me too, but like mainly English was my main just language, I guess. I never really got around to really taking time to really developing the language, you know. But I got Spanish music that I'm working on, and I'm definitely learning it now because I need to learn it. I feel like just to use it as my advantage for my advantage, so I could cross paths and go to different lanes with it and work with different artists. I went to PR this summer too, just to go to the homeland and see what it's like firsthand, being there personally, and I really enjoyed it. So I feel like it's definitely mandatory that I know the language, you know.
I wondered why you hadn't tried to cross over sooner to the Latin market. Obviously, we've seen the remix with Bad Bunny, and I know that you've got some other stuff waiting to drop. And the lineage of specifically Puerto Rican artists actually has been so successful, right? You've had Daddy Yankee, even J Lo. We're talking like superstars. Ricky Martin. These are all superstars. These are like people that my parents know, that my grandparents know from a small island in the Mediterranean, right? Do you hope to follow in these footsteps as having a similar background, and also crossing over between like American and Latin markets?
Yeah, definitely. I feel like with me it's dope because I have my city behind me. Like the I have different lanes that I could tap into. I have the hood lane where I could speak for my people and speak for the streets. I could also speak for children. I could speak for older people. I could speak for girls who go like I could speak for everybody, to be honest, because anybody can pretty much listen to my music. So now it's just about making it global, taking that next step and really pushing my music to all ears where everybody all over the world could hear me, you know?
Yeah, I'm glad you said that because one of your latest songs, Excuse My Pain, is definitely something that everyone would definitely relate to the title, but I want your perspective on why you decided to call it that and why would you excuse your pain, if that makes sense. Can you dive deeper into that?
Usually people say like my fault, excuse me for this. Or it's like an excuse to like basically be. It's kind of for me. I used it that way because it's like I'm breaking down why I moved the way I move, and it's because of my pain. So excuse me for my pain. Like I apologize if I'm moving the way I'm moving or I'm doing the things I'm doing. Excuse me, but I'm doing it for my pain. Like excuse me for my pain exactly. And throughout the record, you kind of hear both sides of the story. When usually you'll hear like what the other side is doing. Usually I'll rap about what I'm going through, what's been done to me on their behalf, but with this record, I kind of broke down what I was doing, how messed up I could be as a person, how I'm not as innocent as I portray myself to be, you know. And that's why I kind of enjoy this record because I got in depth with my pain and what I go through, but at the same time, I kind of broke down what I do to other people too.
Because Roddy Ricch had a really successful album with Excuse Me for Being Antisocial, and it bothers me that somehow we always have to provide as humans in living in a social environment. For the most part, we have to excuse ourselves for our actions for the most part, but some actions are natural, right? Like it's like we can't help it. So even especially pain, if pain is instilled in you from an experience, then you can't help it. So why are you excusing yourself for it? Do you know what I mean? Like why are you sorry for it? It feels like we live in a world where we constantly have to be sorry for who we are, or for how we are. And I guess like how do you navigate being in the entertainment industry where all eyes are on you?
To be honest, that's another thing. I guess I try not to portray too much of my personal life, especially through social media, because the fans could be sometimes harsh with personal business. You see what happens with certain situations. For example, the Megan Thee Stallion and Tory Lanez situation, how people drag that whole situation out of context and try to break down what happened, who was wrong, who was right, who do we bash? All right, we bash Tory, now let's bash Megan. We bash Megan. Like it becomes like a back and forth game of who do we bring down and who do we uplift, you know? So I try to keep my personal life as far away as possible from just people who don't know me personally and people who don't have my best interest at heart. Because today people could love me, the next day I'm this piece of shit that everybody hates, you know? So
Crazy.
I feel like the only time I can express myself is through my music, you know, and that's when I choose to say what I want to say and I choose to get creative and it's kind of like the only way I can explain myself. This isn't a gimmick. Like it's not on some shit where like my gimmick is I do this and I do that and that's how I get my views and my streams. I get my streams because I make good music. You feel me? I make music that people like and people relate to. I don't have a gimmick. You understand me? So in a way, this is a way I could express myself just like many other artists don't have a gimmick, just the way they express themselves. You feel me?
What was your reaction when you heard Lil Durk on Painless? When you got that verse back? Like he went in crazy.
Nah, he did. Honestly, like I heard him on the record when I first did it. So to hear what he did with it and then like to have him and Nav on it was pretty dope too for the fans because I felt like it was kind of like off guard, like they wasn't expecting that. And then Lil Durk went stupid on that shit, like he bodied it, and I was like, damn, like I might have to go back in the studio and add another verse and shit, cause. But I really enjoyed it, just being able to work with both of them, cause they did their thing and they solid people for sure.
Obviously, we've had so many different sounds coming from Brooklyn, and New York in general, obviously the birthplace of hip hop. And then you have a relationship with Lil Durk, who is from Chicago. So I'm interested to hear maybe like what conversations have you had sort of behind the scenes pertaining to Brooklyn drill and Chicago drill?
Nah, yeah, I gotta tap into that lane for sure. I haven't really done anything like as far as just like tapping into with the drill music. I want to do it the right way. That's why, cause I could go New York with it. I could go Chicago. I could go UK. Like there's so many ways, cause drill is just all over the place and it's everywhere. So I really I want to do it the right way. I haven't done it yet.
You being so close to Dirk, I imagine, it seems like you have like a really good chemistry on music, especially. What have those conversations been like? Because you mentioned there the UK, right? And it does feel like this constant topic of conversation of like, well, who is claiming drill? So someone like Dirk, who was there in the early days, documented the inception of drill, basically. Yeah, well, what's his take on what the New York scene and the UK scene is doing?
I mean, I'm sure he like it, and it's different with him because he has a story like you just said. He's been around for over some time, paving the way for him and other artists. You know, he came out over 5 6 years ago, longer than that, and he's been making music for like since I could remember being a little kid. I was listening to Little Dirk, you know. So to see where he's at now, I'm sure he's definitely, and it's crazy too, because New York definitely transitioned, definitely, and New York took it to like a whole different level with it, with the artists who came out last year and what they've been doing now. So I mean, but it started in the UK, so it's like it's just weird how like, and it's weird in a good way because it just transitions from different places. And one day it's hot here, and like, but it's hot everywhere now. Like you got different artists in the UK blowing up, going crazy. Just like you have the Little Dirks, you got the Polo G's in Chicago going crazy, and then you got New York, the whole wave of the Pop Smokes, the 504 and artists that are coming out, and they captivating the sound over there. So it's like it's fire, because it's just transitioning real good.
Yeah. And I know this year was going to be your debut in the UK. You were, due to come here for the first time. What's your insight and what's your impression on the music here?
Nah, I love it. And listen, I know the response is crazy because I get fans every day from the UK DMing me, yo, like it doesn't even matter what they say because it's just different responses I get from people, from them wanting me to come down there, from them supporting my music, from them like really rocking with me, and I get responses every day like, yo, you're hot out here, and I want to see for myself. Like, you know how that should make me feel like I'm getting like I got different people in a place where I can't even go yet, and they telling me like, "Yo, we fuck with you over here. We want to see you," and I haven't even gone there yet. Like, we were supposed to plan a whole tour, and it's like everything got canceled and shit. So I'm just like, I'm kind of happy too because it gives me time to build up my music more in my catalog. So when I do go to the UK, I'm gonna give you guys over an hour of performing on stage. If I would have went last year, I only had 2 tapes out, so it's like the set would have probably been like 45 minutes. By the time everything opens up, I'll have like 4 projects out. So, and everything will be marinated. The music will be marinated, meaning everybody had enough time to listen to it and go crazy. So it's like when I go to the UK, it'll be like, to be like prepped for like, oh shit, like it's time, like we here, let's give them a show.
But any UK artists on your radar? Because you seem to know what's popping.
Now, yeah, I'm honestly, I'm into with a bunch of people. I heard about I'm a fan of Dutchavelli, but I know he got a whole like situation going on right now too. Cause I heard his account got hacked or something. I don't know what the fuck is going on, but I've seen like a bunch of posts about it. Shout out to Dutchavelli. I'm I'm in tune with Skepta. He's from out there too, right? Skepta.
Definitely one of the pioneers.
Super fire. Definitely a pioneer. I'm a big fan of him. And he, even when he did with ASAP Rocky, when they had collabed and it was New York, and that shit was super fire. Like that's something I would love to do. And
Yeah.
that was dope. That was dope because it was just as huge as it was in New York and in the States. I'm sure that record was even huger and over there. So like that's what I would love to do. Like if I collab with an artist, like I got a record with Dino. You know who Dino Driz is, right?
Yeah, yeah. We were actually just talking about that off camera that you two would really go well together.
No, yeah, something I think it's on his project. I'm not sure. Or I'm not sure if it's the DJ's record. I'm not, but I just jumped on the record with him,
Dope.
and I definitely just plan on like doing more records out there, just so I could branch my name out more, and people could really know who I am.
That's dope. That's dope. Listen, you come from the cloth of rap battle, and I'm curious. Like, you had such a transition from what you were doing at a young age to what you're doing now. First of all, how did rap battle even come into the picture for you at such a young age? Like, it's such a niche underground market.
Yeah. I was just always a fan of it. I grew up watching it. My favorite movie was 8 Mile with Eminem. So just watching that whole movie, and I grew up to want to be a rapper. So I felt like I had to know how to freestyle. I had to know how to rap battle. And I don't know, I guess the time I started rapping, I started rapping at a young age. I was like 12. So this was probably like 7, 8 years ago when I started rapping. So back then, like I just felt like it was different 8 years ago. Like people were really rapping 8 years ago. I feel like everybody was lyrically up there. So the standards were different. I felt like, so for me, I felt like I had to know how to freestyle. I had to know how to rap battle in a sense. And I didn't really. That's the funny thing. I hated rap battling. Every time I did it, I hated doing it. But for some reason, I just always ended up being so good at it, and I just always knew how to do it. But I don't know. I just feel like I had to know about it.
Why did you hate it?
Because I was always scared of losing. Like I never wanted to lose. That was my biggest fear. Like one day I was gonna lose and somebody was gonna beat me. I never wanted that to happen.
But you got this like crazy Dutch courage and this confidence. Where did you get it from then?
It's just me wanting to. I can't explain it. This is just something I want and I crave. So you just gotta have the mentality for it. It's like, for example, you want to be a basketball player. When you get on the court, you gotta drop the points. You gotta dunk on a few people. You gotta cross a few people. You gotta shoot
Yeah.
a couple buzzer beaters. You gotta take your team to the next level. I feel like, to really stand up and be like, all right, this player, he's a player to watch. So for me, I felt like I didn't have time to be nervous. I didn't have time to be scared. Like I'll think about all that shit when I'm done, and I guess it was just always meant to be. I guess because sometimes like you gotta fall on your face to really realize like, all right, this wasn't it, or I messed up. So for me, it's just like, I always went out I always went on my way to try to go and do different things and go and get it.
So hypothetically, then, if you was to bring your rap battle bag again, or you get into your rap battle bag again, who would you battle right now?
Like rap battler, or it could be anybody.
I'm thinking anybody. Like you could, who knows? You could switch it up. Do a rap battle on reggaeton beats. Who knows?
That'll be hard. I don't know, to be honest, because not a lot of people really do that. Like I could say I would like to rap battle this person, but at the same time, that person might not want to rap. I really don't know. Hmm. I guess because if I rap battled, I would want to go down to that lane, as far as just like I would want to show respect to like a rap battler and give him like the spotlight and rap battle him, rather than like rap battling somebody who doesn't. I really don't know, to be honest, because I don't like rap battling. So I would I don't think I would want to do that.
So you've completely exit that scene. Like you're not in touch with that niche anymore.
You know what it is? I don't. Anytime I rap battle this, I feel like I didn't have a choice. Like I felt like I had to do it.
I
I
get
have
you.
a choice now. So like I don't know, like, and I'm undefeated. I ain't lose yet. So I want to just remain undefeated. I don't want to.
How about a cipher?
Definitely, that's like cheese. I would love to do that. A rap battle is just like, I don't know. I feel like you gotta. There's people who really put in pain for that. That like that's their thing. There's people who rap battle and that's what they love to
True.
do. I'm not sure
Yeah.
if they're rap battling to try to get a contract or some shit, because there's the ways you get a contract. That's not the way to do it. But I genuinely think rap battlers just love rap battling. That's what they want to do. They don't want to get a contract. They want to rap battle. They want to be a superstar in that lane. And they put in the blood, sweat, and tears for that. I don't feel like I put in the blood, sweat, and tears to be a rap battler. I just feel like I'm able to do it and I'm good at it. So I'd rather just stay away from that lane right now.
Yeah, it's a specific craft. It really is. But who would be in the cipher then, if you was to grab some people?
I'll probably grab like Lil Baby, Roddy Rich, Lil Durk, me, Lil Wayne.
Jeez. Lil Wayne.
Of course, I need to hear what Lil Wayne got to say, because he always say something crazy.
We can't skip over the fact that your first input into this business was through a show called The Rap Game, and that was led by Jermaine Dupri. And recently, Jermaine and Bow Wow were having a conversation. Obviously, Bow Wow having come into the game so early in his life, like literally as a teenager, similar to you. So would you see some parallels, and would you hope to emulate what someone like a Bow Wow has done? Like, obviously he's rebranded, he's become Shad Moss, but he's literally done everything from movies to TV. Can J.I. the Prince be that guy?
I definitely, I would, that would be dope along the way to definitely. I have something planned where I want to pitch a series to Netflix, and let's see what they do with it. Cause I'm a writer before I'm a musician. I just had a talent for writing. Bow Wow, he was dope, especially when he came out. He was a little kid, so his story was a little different. He was like 9 or 8 when he came out, or like 6 or some shit. He was mad young. I came out at 14, so like it's still I was still young too. But he by the time he was 14, he was already a superstar. Like so, I don't know. I would just now I'm 19, so I feel like I gotta really like go hard and just make a statement for what I'm doing and who I am as an artist. And yeah, that would definitely be dope. Making movies, and just branching out my name and being able to go to other markets where I could just touch base with
Yeah.
them. That'd be amazing.
Tell me, I know you've dived into different sounds and stuff. Tell us more about the new stuff.
7 records on it. I'm trying to drop 2 parts, so there'll be like a total of 14 when they're all out. Um, all I can really say is it really sounds like a excuse me, like it sounds like a new and improved J.I. to me. That's the vibe I get from this project. Like when you listen to it, and I recommend that you listen to the first 2 projects over and over again and bump it, and then you bump the third one, like bump it all together so you can hear the difference. Like oh shit, like you can hear the elevation. I don't want to sound repetitive when I make my music. I don't want to sound like I'm doing the same thing. So I try to switch it up and give the fans different things. But I'm very excited because, like I said, I haven't dropped in a couple months. So it's about time to give the fans that new music for sure. It's definitely about time.
Well, J.I., listen, it's been such a pleasure. Any last message you want to give to the fans for the holidays?
Yes, spend it wisely, spend it positively. I understand this year was very hectic, confusing, overwhelming. You understand me? Spend it with the family, spend it on a positive note. And let's end off the year on a positive note. HLK Volume 3, dropping December 18th. I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. Sarah, thank you for having me. Appreciate the time talking with you. And like I said, happy holidays, and I hope you enjoy it.